In social skills and in sales, people often think that it's about understanding all the different nuances of like silence versus communication, being needy versus being non-needy. But most people miss this one thing: meditation. And this sounds kind of silly because on the first hand, like it seems like meditation has nothing to do with like social interactions. But when you think about it, and when you have some experience with meditation, it's really about feeling your inner world out, right? You have, of course, meditation that's focused on breath work and just calming yourself down. That helps with many different things. But I want to talk about a different type of meditation, which is more being aligned to your inner experience. And I'm not talking about breath, but I'm talking about more your emotions and the way you relate to people. Because in a social interaction, whether it's you're just making friends, whether you're meeting a girl, or whether you are in a sales conversation, there's a lot of things going on in your experience, right? These are the things that make up the interaction when you really think about it. And when you can be more aware, first of all, of what you are feeling while you are interacting with people, then you get a better understanding, first of all, of what's going on. But then secondly, you also learn to be more focused, and you can actually manage your inner state better as well, right? And that's a little bit paradoxical because you can't always manage your inner state. If you feel a certain way, you're not always going to be able to just change that like that. Sometimes you can, but a lot of the times it's going to have to be about acceptance of the feelings that you are feeling or the experiences that you are having. But once you do accept them, you kind of do learn to manage your inner state in a way, or at least you develop a more healthy relationship to it. For example, when you are talking to someone and you are feeling very anxious in the interaction, classic example, well, when you actually focus on your inner experience, you're first of all going to notice that you're anxious, right? Because otherwise you might just feel weird, but you don't really even pay attention to it. But if you are aware of it, if you do this meditation awareness work, you'll feel this and you'll know that you are in this state. And that will help you accept it more. And that can also help release it. Because the thing is, what I've learned to do with meditation when I'm in social experiences, it's like I can really focus on what I'm feeling inside. And by focusing on that, I can actually kind of tune it into it in the way that I want. And I can, it's like I can direct the energy in the way that I want. You can't really change it, but you can direct it in different ways. And the more awareness you have, the healthier you will become, right? Because even if you weren't to do meditation, even if you were to just do the classical style of like Western reflection, for reflection to happen, you still need awareness, right? It's a different type of awareness maybe, but you still need awareness. So that's very important. And what I found is just, it really helps me to detach from things that are happening in the interactions, whether I'm walking here, whether I'm trying to talk to a girl, whether I'm in a sales interaction. I always have this meditation thing going on because I've been practicing this for a long time now. And you know, sometimes this is like an active thing that you can do when you can really focus on it. Especially when you feel like, you know, today you're feeling especially anxious, or today you're feeling especially negative. You can calm yourself down, focus on your state, and it doesn't always have to be an intense focus. It can be just like an awareness and just calming down and just like release. There's different things that you can do with meditation. So what I would recommend you to do, if you want to use meditation to improve your social skills, is first of all, learn classical meditation. So learn to just sit. You can take a yoga cushion if you want, but you don't need to. You can also just sit on a chair. But I would recommend starting with basic breath work. So basic, just becoming aware of your breath. You know, just breathing in, breathing out, maybe like 5 seconds breathing in, 5 seconds breathing out, depending on what you want to do. But the trick is that you have to become aware of the breath, and you have to follow the physical sensations, whether that's in your nose, so in the top of your nostrils, so here, you feel it, or whether you're inhaling in your throat, then in your lungs, and you just kind of feel it. And by doing this, first of all, you're going to learn to calm yourself down, which is super valuable. But the second thing you are training is awareness. You're really feeling into the sensations. And this is a skill that you learn. This is not something that everyone has. And the more you learn to feel, the more awareness you will have, and the better you are able to start managing your states as well. So that's how I would recommend to start. And then when you want to take it a step further, let's say you've been doing meditation for the basic meditation every day, 10-15 minutes for 3 months, at least 3 months. Then I would go over to using meditation in your social interactions and in your sales interactions. So instead of sitting on a chair and doing like active meditation, I would still be doing that, by the way. I would make that like a daily practice, just 10 minutes. But I would do that every day, to be honest. I do that every day now. I've stopped for a while, but most of the time I do this like 10 minutes to even 30 minutes a day. But you can also take this awareness and apply it to other areas of your life. And the most use I found for that is in social situations. While I'm walking here, while I'm talking to someone, meeting someone new, or when I'm in a sales interaction. You can really become aware of like your emotions, your feelings, how you're relating to people, whether you are being needy. Just when you are in interaction, really focus on what's going on in your body and in your sensations, in your feelings, in your emotions, because that's a different thing as well. It's feeling your emotions and feeling your bodily sensations. I think they're related, but they're also a bit different. But that's just how I experience it and how I would describe it. So yeah, but start practicing this, and you will start noticing after some time, after like several, like let's say after 6 months or after a year, you'll really notice that you're developing an awareness of what's happening, and that you can really feel much calmer in a lot of situations, and you also have a lot more control over your state. So that's my tip. It's one of the most important things you can do in training your social skills. Right, so that was the video. Let me know if it resonated with you. It's a little bit of a different than what I usually do in terms of like content. But I think it was good to talk a little bit about this. So check out my next video if you want. I'll see you guys around. Cheers.